Hi, Cancer. This is Angel Aura Divination, and I'm here to give the sign of Cancer their mid-June 2021 love reading. This is going to be a love reading talking about how they feel for you, but this can also just be talking about how you might look to others as well. I have gone through a couple of the signs already. You're not the first reading that I'm doing for this series, but it's really also been kind of focusing on some of your personal holdups or hangups when it comes to love, if you have any, and also how you might be appearing to a possible individual, or also who else might be in your energy. It's kind of open-ended, so we're just going to take it how it goes. I'm using the Universal Tarot, and I'm also going to be pulling one Elder Furthark rune for you to give you some advice and guidance in the end. This is more of a channeled message, but I am actually doing like a regular old tarot reading here for you. I do want to keep these kind of short though, so this is only going to be about 10 minutes. We have the Five of Pentacles out for you, Cancer. They're telling me to focus on this card by itself. It's saying that you've been feeling very isolated or very alone. You've possibly even been left out in the cold by somebody. My guides are saying that either you ghosted somebody or somebody ghosted you. They even said you've been burned in the past before. So like a lot of that energy might be representation of where you're at. You know, and that's actually interesting that they said the burned in the past before part, because the Five of Pentacles also indicates a physical injury or physical ailment that is preventing you from having material abundance or material wealth. You know, it really talks about like disability in the more mundane sense of the card, but in the more spiritual, metaphysical sense, it's kind of saying, you know, you might even feel like you're emotionally stunted. The next card that we have out for you is the Two of Pentacles, and the reason for that might be because you have a lot of indecision in your life, and this could even be about work. This could even be about your relationship to work. You might even be appearing like that outside of yourself, because this is an indication of your energy since it's the beginning of the reading. You might seem like you are emotionally stunted, or like you have, you know, an inability to develop stability in your life in the emotional realm. And a lot of that is due to your inability to make good decisions, or possibly even weigh out the odds of what is worth your time versus what is not. So let's get more into how others might be seeing you. So this really speaks to your how people see you. This is the Page of Wands. This is talking about immaturity to me. The Page of Wands is kind of an immature energy because it's young and it's trying to really understand how connections work. And this can be about a connection to a career, your connection to physical things, physical objects, your connection to materials, your connection to other people, your connection to spirit or spirituality, right? So it can be open-ended when it comes to that. But since this is coming out and it's about love, it kind of seems that you're a little immature when it comes to how you deal with other people. You might even be focused more on what's physically attractive, which makes you kind of look shallow, right? So let's get some more cards out. But the Page of Wands is not a bad energy to be in if you're looking for new relationships, because it also kind of shows that you're interested. You do look interested, it just seems that you don't really have any follow through. The next two cards that we have out for you is the Two of Swords and the Lovers. The Two of Swords has come out in two other readings for the Zodiac so far, and you're the fourth reading that I'm doing since I'm just going through Aries to Pisces in order. We also have the Lovers out here, so you know you might have a really good potential prospect for relationships. Your guides are trying to push you towards one. You might even have a soulmate situation that you are kind of feeling misguided with. But this could also be the effects of divine timing, my guides are telling me. With the Two of Swords, you do feel a little bit unbalanced in the mindset about this relationship, and it's really kind of just because you're not connecting with the person of interest that you're dealing with. Some of the people coming to this reading might even be part of my Twin Flame collective, or part of a collective of other spiritual type unions similar to a twin flame, because there are different types of spiritual unions and different types of spiritual relationships. Not everybody is a twin flame, because not everybody has the same energetic source for their soul, basically. You know what I mean? But that's another conversation completely. And I'm only here for 10 minutes, right? So let's talk about it. We have the King of Swords coming out. The King of Swords has also come out for a lot of these readings. It's kind of like you're very guarded, and that's really okay. You're guarded. You look guarded to other people. You look like you're in your mindset. You look like you're very cutting, like you're very defensive with people about relationships, or about how you'd go about relationships possibly as well. You might even keep some relationships in your life a secret. You are acting this way because you're feeling unbalanced, because you don't have that deep soulmate connection that you might be craving or that you might be desiring. But a lot of that actually has to do with the fact that you're not letting your guidance lead you to a deep soulmate connection. You know, I think that you've had an opportunity before in the past that would have led to that based on what I was really getting when I was channeling with the Lover's card itself. And now that I'm seeing this energy of the King of Swords, it's kind of telling me that you are guarded because you kind of have lost out on opportunities in the past, which might even be what this Five of Pentacles energy is, where you had expectations that ultimately led you to being alone, or you had expectations about situations that you were in and you're still struggling with the disappointment of that, making you feel like you are isolated or like you are out in the cold. Okay, let's get some more cards out for Cancer. Okay, a lot of cards came out, but I'm not taking all of them. The two cards that showed themselves to me are the cards that I'm taking. We have the Eight of Cups and we have the Three of Cups. There are a lot of situations in your life that you might deem to be toxic. I do get the impression that you are doing a lot of partying with the Three of Cups. With the Eight of Cups, I do get the sense, though, that you're trying to move away from this type of lifestyle, or that you might even be trying to move away from having big groups of people around you, or even having a lot of romantic prospects. The Three of Cups also kind of gives me the impression you might be doing a lot of drinking. And the Eight of Cups tells me that you might be trying to, oh, like I said, struggle out of that. But it also might be you're just trying to get out of the habit. You know what I mean? Or this could even be about negative habits and negative tendencies that you have in relationships to entertain multiple parties at once, and then, you know, not really have anything out of that, because it's like when you have a lot of people that you're entertaining at once, you can really only have so much relations with them, or so much emotional connection with an individual, or on the individual level, when you have multiple people around you. And then with the Eight of Cups, it's kind of like you're trying to get away from that energy because you know it doesn't serve you. And the Eight of Cups normally kind of leads up to the 10, where it's you want ultimate happiness and fulfillment for yourself, but you're right now making the sacrifice for that, of letting people go and letting things go. So I'm going to pull one more card to kind of give you an outcome to see where you're headed next, and then we'll pull your rune. Okay, we have the High Priestess. So you're going to be in a very studious energy. You might also be dealing with a Pisces, or a Pisces placement, or possibly even a Libra placement. You are going to be coming into a greater sense of balance within yourself and possibly without yourself. Meaning you're leaving aspects of yourself behind, is what my guides are saying with that. I think also, though, that this is, you're really needing to focus on how to develop yourself further. Beware of people trying to trap you or entrapping others into relationships because of a desire to have somebody around you. Also, don't get into the mindset of feeling like you need to heal somebody through a relationship, or like you will be healed by having a relationship. And that's all I really have for the tarot reading, so let's get into your rune. For those of you who don't know, you know, rune message, I work with the Elder Furthark runes, which is kind of like the Nordic runes. They're also related to a lot of the Proto-Germanic, not religions, but languages. They are used kind of as an alphabetic system, but they are the ones that I'm using for this purpose of giving you a channeled message are actually not. I don't think that they're in use in the way that they are. Some of them might be, but you'd have to do your own personal research on that to actually hear more about it. I've been doing research and working with the runes for a long time, and it's kind of hard to explain because I've never actually talked about it out loud. So this is your rune, though, and it's called Kinaz. It's related to the letter C or K in the, what is this called? The alphabet that we use in English. I don't know what it's called specifically. Arabic alphabet, Latin alphabet, I'm not sure. This talks about knowledge. It talks about an inner knowing. And this could even be about intuition. And actually, that's interesting because we had the High Priestess here. You might even be developing your own intuition, or studying more about how to be more intuitive with other people. It's also might be an indication to me that you are kind of holding out for a relationship that you know is kind of destined for you, or like you have your own connection to fate, and you kind of want to pull your fate in a specific direction, my guides are saying. Like you're kind of possibly even mentally manifesting something to happen, you know, and kind of saying that it's intuition, or kind of saying, well, I know this is going to happen, so it's going to happen, kind of thing. You might even be in that studious energy that I was relating the High Priestess to, where you're studying more about possibly spirituality or things that you're interested in, so that you can have more effective relationships moving forward. They said astrology. I don't know if that's true or not, but they said astrology. And that's all I have for you, Cancer. Hopefully this resonated for you. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Follow me on my other social media, and I will see you in your next reading. Goodbye.